Welcome to Lamentation. Why is the issue of marriage becoming the greatest burden in our societies and communities? Look at bachelors, look at bastards ever heard. This issue will continue to be a canker. You know why this issue will continue to be a canker? This issue will continue to be a canker because the purpose of marriage, the reason for marriage, has now been misplaced, and the procedure has also completely been misplaced by something that really is a very inimical and harmful to the purpose of the marriage. As a Muslim, you are supposed to marry to please your Lord and to fulfill that need. You understand what I mean? And the marriage, as a Muslim, there are laid down procedures and processes for you. Today, the irrational cultural practices, illogical cultural practices now makes it so impossible, almost impossible for the youth and for the young one to get married. The demand, the need as it is now in the cities and somewhere else to get a special room for that before you get married is not easy. The special room, the chamber and hall, the price of it is not easy. And secondly, the levy, the items, the clothes, the bags, the pairs of shoes, the braziers, the panties, the big mayavis, the hijabs, and among others. If I mention the price right now, I would discourage so many people from coming forward to attempt marriage. Why have we made things so difficult for ourselves and for others? And the D-Day itself, the type of marriage ceremony. If you put together the money for all these, you realize that the poor young man has spent about 10 years without laying hand on half of that money. And you will be asking such a person to produce such amount within short a possible time. The person will remain bachelor forever. The sad thing is that the parents' influence, the mother, the type of woman they want the young man to go for is not a commodity. Marriage primarily is understanding between the two parties and by extension, the families. The situation whereby the mother will stand outside and look at the looks of the lady and recommend that her son should go for her and prohibit the son from going for is another troubling, a sickening. What are we doing all this? Can't we go back to the drawing board, the real sunnah, the simple, and the situation whereby the so-called levy will now be carried after spending such a huge sum of money? It will be carried on the head of the tallest lady and open it and parade all the principal towns. After that, you expect the bride to sew one of those clothes and be wearing it after it has been showcased to the whole world. No wonder these days elsewhere, in Ghana and elsewhere, the levy, especially those clothes, after they have been presented to the bride, they will be there forever and she will never sew them or use them. She will look for money to go and buy different clothes and be using them. What is the reason? What is the rationale? What's the wisdom behind all these? It is completely un-Islamic. It is making life unbearable. It is making life difficult. My brother, it takes two to tango. Do not kowtow to the pressure. Do not kowtow to the irrational, illogical cultural practices. The ball is in your court.